Hello and welcome to another edition of Mosaic, an African American perspective. I'm your host, Deborah Milo. Last year, almost 200 children in Montgomery County were separated from their parents. These children come from a cross-section of the community, from a variety of social and economic backgrounds, from every race, religion, and nationality. Their ages range from infancy to young adulthood. They may come from homes where there's been family breakdown. Many have been physically, emotionally, or even sexually abused or neglected. Well, today we're going to talk to Angela English and Catherine Robinson from the Montgomery County Department of Health and Human Services about the rewards and the challenges of becoming a foster or adoptive parent. Angela and Catherine, welcome so much to Montgomery Mosaic. I appreciate you coming on today's show.
Thank you for having us.
Now, I know in the green room we talked about I'm going to call you Kathy. I'm not going to call you Catherine. You know, I like to give our viewers a chance to know a little bit about our guests. So talk a little bit about what brought you to HHS to do the kind of work that you do. It's kind of like advocating for children.
Well, I always felt that children deserved a voice. And I think that they need all the protection and have the right to the best life ever. And their parents should be able to give it to them, but if they can't, then there should be other people who are willing to do so for them.
But how did that become your passion, though, Angela?
Well, it's very interesting because I started off in the criminal justice system.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that.
Yes, and every time I ran a group, I kept hearing about the abuse that took place in their lives when they were younger. And I just said, well, maybe I'm starting at the wrong end of this, and started looking at the direction of the children.
Oh, my goodness. That's a really, really powerful story, you know. Kathy, how about you?
Well, I started out with, my intention was to become a psychiatrist.
Okay.
So as I dove deeper into what it would take to be a psychiatrist, I realized that that wasn't my passion. I wanted to do something to help the most vulnerable, which are our children. You know, how can I help to put in services to, quote unquote, fix a family so that children can have some sense of normalcy in their life? And I ended up in child welfare services.
So both of you have a passion for children, and advocacy is what it sounds like.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know, I want to start a little bit talking about the difference between foster care and adoption because, like me, I think a lot of people don't know that there is a difference, but there is a link there. Angela, would you mind starting to talk about that a little bit?
Well, in the state of Maryland, when you go to an information meeting, you decide after you've given information to say you can make an educated decision and you want to become a foster parent, you are licensed as both a foster parent and an adoptive parent.
Okay.
Not that you have to adopt, but frequently when children come into your home, people are enamored with the kids and they've worked really hard to make them healthier.
Of course.
And they want the children to stay. In fact, some of them would probably fight us if we tried to do anything to take them away. So then they'll say, you know, I want to adopt this child. And we first do offer them the option of adopting the children. So they get the same training.
Right.
They must be able to supply their own needs financially because the money that's given is given for the use of the child. And they have to be over 21. So the criteria to become a foster parent is the same as with an adoptive parent.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Kathy, can you shed a little light on that from the adoptive perspective?
From the adoptive perspective, when children enter the foster care system, they are in foster care for anywhere from 10 months on, and during that 10-month to a year period, we're working to try to reunify that child with their family of origin. At the same time, we call it like two tracks that we're going down. Reunification is what we call it, and we're also thinking if for whatever reason we aren't able to reunify, what would be the next best permanent option for that child? And that would, for my instance, it would be adoption. So after all services are put in and we work intensely with the family. You know, on TV shows you see, well, social workers remove the children and their intention is not to put them back into their family of origin. That's not true. You know, we work diligently to put that family back together, and if all else fails, then we're looking at another permanency track for that child.
So basically, folks need to stop watching Law and Order.
Yeah.
Yes, and thinking that we wear pointed hats and ride on brooms.
Right.
We do
Exactly,
not.
because that's not the case.
No, we want the children to be with their families. The research shows that the children do better in families, which is why once they're removed from their family home, we try to find other family homes to place them.
Okay, okay. So who are the children that are in need of foster care here in Montgomery County?
Well, we have a number of children. We have teen moms with babies, some teen moms with older children, sibling groups, large sibling groups, sometimes 5, 7, 13 years old, teenagers from 13 years and older, infants through 5. We need from the entire gamut, from day 1 to 18, or sometimes even 21.
21?
Yes, the state of Maryland retains children or keeps children until they're 21 years of age.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Kathy, you have anything you want to add to that? That's just really surprising to me. I'm sorry.
Yes, from the adoption perspective, we have what we call waiting children. So those are children that where parental rights are terminated. So in order to have an adoption, you have to terminate the parental rights of both sets of parents.
Okay.
So we have children where parental rights were terminated, but to circumstances beyond their control, like severe physical or behavior problems, we have had difficulty finding an adoptive home for them. So they're called waiting children. And our numbers have really decreased. We have gone from 11 waiting children to 2.
Okay, that is a decrease.
To present day, yes.
That's quite a decrease, as a matter of fact. I'm glad to hear that. You just said something, Angela, though, that really caused my brain to flip-flop, and that was children who are parents.
Yes.
About what age range are we talking about? Which age group?
Generally, there are teens between 14 up. Well, the world is different from when all of us grew up.
You mean the dark ages? Okay.
Well, I'll accept Kathy.
I don't know.
Yes, I knew she was going to deny it.
Of course.
But yes, they are 14 and up, and sometimes have 1 or 2 children. The children need to have a solid foundation.
Oh, absolutely.
And sometimes when you don't, they do whatever it takes to survive, among other things. So, unfortunately, we do have babies raising babies.
That's tough to hear.
Yes.
But we know it's very true. So now, what are the qualifications to become a foster parent? So if our viewers want to get some information, what are some of the qualifications?
Well, as I said earlier, you have to be over 21.
Right.
You have to be able to finance yourself. Have to take care of your own bills. You have to avail your home to an inspection, because we've got to make sure that the house is safe for everyone. And then you have to be able to take classes annual classes that we give, like 27 hours of annual classes a year.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's based on sometimes some of the issues that children will present, some of the mental health issues that people don't quite understand. It depends on what the foster parents are saying to us, because we try to listen to what their needs are,
of course,
and reflect that back in training to them.
I want to transition a little bit and really focus on adoption, because as we were talking in the green room earlier, we talked about the children that need the adoption service. All children do in that situation. But I'm hearing that African American children, our community doesn't seem to reach out as much as it should or could when it comes to adopting our children. Is that true?
That's true. What I've found is with relatives, when parental rights have to be terminated, a lot of relatives do not want to have the rights of, say, their sister or their brother terminated. So they have difficulty accepting that fact, and we work with them. We provide support, we provide counseling, and we try to explain the difference. Like adoption is permanent. It offers permanency to your relative. So what is it that we can do to help you and your family to come around this child so that you can adopt and give them permanence? We have been successful with some. Other cases, not so much, and we kind of move towards a custody and guardianship type of situation, which is still permanence. The child is taken out of the system.
Our hope always is we understand that families loyal to one another, and everyone expects that.
Of course.
However, the child needs that loyalty and that support even more so than the family. The adult made different decisions that caused this to occur. But we need to support that child so the child doesn't either repeat those situations and can look at themselves and say that I have other options, and to choose those other options that are healthier.
And one key piece that we're doing is we're entering into what we call a post-adoption contact agreement.
Okay.
And that would allow the child to have some type of contact with their relative, with their biological parent.
Right.
So it could be anywhere from letters to a visit once every 3 months under the supervision of the adoptive parent. So we have been able to move towards adoption by entering into post-adoption contact agreements.
And does that seem to be more readily acceptable to those that are trying to, the families that are trying to adopt?
Yes, they're open to it, and it's it's an agreement between the adoptive parents and the relatives, or the biological parents, I'm sorry. So it's a mutual agreement. So I've seen it where some parents want to see their child weekly, but that's not really giving the child permanence and facilitating an adoption. It's more conflicting for the children to have that much contact, weekly contact. So they come to the table and they talk about, Mom, this is what I want. The adoptive mom as well, no, I don't really want to do that. And we come up with a mutually agreed upon contact for the family.
Do you see that happening more so now with that type of process?
Yes.
Okay, that's
for relatives and non-relatives.
Okay,
yes.
relatives and non-relatives.
Yes.
Okay.
The child's just as loyal to the parent as the rest of the family.
I'm not surprised at that at all.
Right.
Children usually are very loyal.
Absolutely.
I want to talk a little bit about the misconceptions about adoption, because again, during the time of the Dark Ages when I was around, you heard so many different types of things about adoption unless you get the facts. And I'm all about making sure that our viewers have all the right information. Talk about a few of the misconceptions about adoption, and also with foster care as well.
Well, the major one is that people believe that foster parents are paid. They are not.
I remember hearing that years ago.
That's the major one. People believe they're paid. They are not. It is the kindness of their heart. And in fact, a number of our foster parents generally pull money out of their pocket to help the children, even given the state subsidy.
Okay, so there is a state subsidy contingent part to that.
Yes.
Okay. Then.
And the children are eligible for medical assistance, so that any kind of treatment that they need is paid for. And then once they become adopted, Kathy hears all kinds of things that people, or once they start down the adoption process, Kathy hears a number of myths that they share with her.
Well, that doesn't surprise me, because, like I said, the two of you are the professionals in this particular, for lack of a better word, business or industry, if you will. So when we come back from our break, I want to talk more about some of the misconceptions, and we can pick up from there.
Okay.
For those of you who just tuned in, you're watching Mosaic, an African American Perspective. I'm Deborah Milo, and I'm talking to Angela English and Catherine Robinson from the Montgomery County Department of Health and Human Services. After a short break, we'll be back with more conversation about this important and timeless topic.
A Zika virus prevention tip from the Maryland Department of Agriculture. Do you have a swimming pool you no longer use? Pool water, not being treated with chlorine, will become a massive breeding ground for mosquitoes. Drain water out of your pool if possible, and treat any remaining water with a product such as mosquito dunks or mosquito torpedoes. Always treat the skimmer baskets of in-ground pools. Don't let mosquitoes drown your summer fun. Learn more at mda.maryland.gov/Zika.
You're doing great. We're gonna try this again, okay? Okay. Wheels, pedals, handlebar, brakes. Sit up straight, keep your weight in the center, keep your eyes on the road, hands on the grips, button the seat. If we feel ourselves falling, what do?
Just keep pedaling.
Good girl. Now remember, it's all about balance and steering. Steer with your hands, steer with your body. Steer into the corners and you stay out of trouble. And the bell's your buddy, so go ahead and ding that. All right, you ready? Here we go. Pedal, honey, pedal. There you go, you're a bike rider.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
Last summer, my new dad took me on vacation. First, we went deep sea fishing.
I'm so proud of you, son.
Then, we went on Thunder Shark 3 times.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Welcome back to Mosaic, an African American perspective. I'm here with Angela English and Catherine Robinson from the Montgomery County Department of Health and Human Services. Before we went to break, ladies, we were talking about some of the misconceptions about foster care and adoption. And Angela, I want you to repeat what you said for our viewers so that they can be clear about this.
That foster parents are not paid.
Mm-hmm.
They are they are angels that give their time and attention to children that have a lot of needs. Some of it is their medical needs. Some are just that they have mental health problems. And many people in our society these days don't understand mental health problems, so they're working from that end of it.
And to piggyback on what Angela said, the children, they do receive a stipend. So a lot of foster parents think that I'm paid a paycheck to take care of these children. The stipend is more so for the foster parents to take care of the child, their daily needs.
I'm so glad that you cleared that up, because I think that's the point that we need to clarify for our viewers, you know. So percentage-wise, what would you say is the percentage of children that are currently up for adoption here in the county now?
Oh, that's me.
Either one of you.
I'm looking at percentage.
I can't tell you
Probably
percentage.
not percentage, we can tell you raw numbers.
Yes,
raw numbers are good.
Currently in the adoption unit, I have guesstimate about 35 kids that are up for adoption, with 2 waiting.
In a county of this size?
Yes. Now for the whole agency, because there's a process that we go through as the child travels through the spectrum of foster care.
Okay.
So there are cases within all of child welfare, I would say about 45-ish children who we're working towards finalizing through adoption.
Based on a county this size, is that good or bad?
That's excellent, because the numbers have gone down over the years.
What's the highest you've seen the numbers? Just out of curiosity.
Years ago, I've managed, it was about 65, 80. 80 may have been my highest number of kids that were in the system.
My goodness.
What made the difference is when they introduced guardianship and so that the children could go to their families. So the families started taking the children in, which made more sense.
Well, no, it does, because I can remember, eons ago, if you will, that in our community, that's what happened. You know, you might know someone, you might have had friends growing up, or you might have family members who had some challenges in their lives, and the child would go to stay with the relative. And that's how it was, and the relative was able to raise that child, and that was just the way it was in the African American community, you know? And so I don't see as much as that now as I used to.
Well, now it's under custody and guardianship.
Right.
So it's more of what our tradition and culture is.
Right.
And that's the piece that's easier for the families. As Kathy said earlier, the adoption piece feels disloyal to the families.
Right.
So that's why they're not so much in touch with the adoption issue, but it does give the child more permanence.
And they see that's important. Kathy, were you about to say something?
No, I was just agreeing.
Okay, then.
You want to tell the myths?
Oh, the myths. A lot of myths that I hear regarding adoption is that people want babies. And that's a myth, because you can mold a baby through their experience, but it does not remove their gene pool.
That's right.
So when that baby, nice, cute baby, progresses through the developmental chain,
and they become
you may start to see some of the behaviors that are hereditary. And what I tell my families when I'm doing the training on adoption is, when your preteen starts to act out, don't call Kathy Robinson and say, hey, I'm going to bring your kid back to you, because it's not really our kid anymore, because you have adopted, and adoption is permanent. So we'll work with you, we'll give you support. But the babies are, they're cute, but you have to keep in mind their heritage, their gene pool.
Are you talking about things like issues of mental illness?
Mental illness, physical, even hypertension can be, a lot of people don't think about. Diabetes, there could be a family history of those conditions as well.
And see, you know, when children go and transition to the teen years, that's a whole nother, that's a whole different
yes.
ballpark
Yes.
that I think we all can
different
attest to.
species.
Yeah.
I like that. I think
Yeah.
they are different
That
species.
middle school is
That
very
middle school,
difficult.
absolutely.
Yes, it's very difficult.
absolutely.
And another myth, since you said teenagers, is that older children are not adoptable, and that's something that
That's true.
I don't like hearing because we work, my team and I, in the agency, we diligently work to get the older children adopted. And in my tenure, we had just recently last year, almost 18-year-old, 2 days shy of her 18th birthday, who was adopted. And the oldest child that we've had adopted was shy of his 21st birthday.
You're kidding.
So, yes.
Oh,
so,
my goodness.
you know, just because they're older, yeah, they may have challenges,
Of
but
course.
we're here to help give them support. And, you know, we work through the ambivalence of, yeah, I want to be adopted, no, I don't want to be adopted, and we secure permanence. Now, what I guess the message I need to put out is that any child at the age of 10 can consent to adoption.
Oh, the age of 10.
At
okay.
the age of 10, which is kind of on the young side.
That
but,
is, just a bit.
They can consent to being adopted. Now, I've had some who say they don't want to be adopted. Yeah, I do want to be adopted, so we just have to go through that wave, and eventually they do agree to be adopted.
And of course, I'm sure that there's an educational piece there which helps the children to understand what the adoption process is and helps them to be able to really get to the heart of what they need to know.
Especially when we have a 10-year-old saying, no, I don't want to be adopted.
Of
And we're saying,
course.
what does that mean to you?
Exactly.
Because you have no idea what it means. And children talk to each other.
Of course.
And
yes.
make up these wonderful stories.
Yes.
And so we have to go through and say, no, sweetie, that's not it. Let me explain. And sometimes they'll even know some kids that have been adopted, and they're excited about it.
You two have jobs or careers rather that just, it really is done with the heart, and it is a calling in my perspective. It is a calling, so it seems. I want to talk a little bit about the upcoming Family Appreciation. I want you to talk about
Foster
that.
Parent Appreciation
Foster
Picnic.
Parent Appreciation Picnic.
Yes, it's occurring this Wednesday.
It's that time already?
Yes.
My goodness.
And as I looked at my email this morning, we had 350 people participating.
Oh,
it's always a
wonderful.
large number, and they bring the children out. And I think, and Kathy, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we get more out of it than everybody else does because we see the kids playing.
Of course,
and it's a lot of fun to see them in settings that are just kid settings, and for them to just have a good time, and the families to sort of let their hair down, and the workers can come and speak with the families and interact in a non-business, non-pressurized way.
I call it the non-social worker environment, so to speak.
Yes, and the last time I spoke with you, I was telling you that some of our children give back. We've had a young man who left our agency and went on to permanence, and he is giving back some scholarships.
That is
for
remarkable.
the other children.
I love to hear that.
Yeah, it's
That's
wonderful.
remarkable. So now, what kind of activities are going to be? Talk a little bit about the event itself, because it sounds amazing.
The biggest thing is the face painting.
Oh, well, of course it is.
They all love the face painting.
I have a granddaughter of 9 years old. Trust me, I get it.
Okay, they love it, and there's we'll have different vendors there. Sometimes people will come and speak to hair care. They'll do bingo. It's not all business. It's fun sometimes. You know, there's a lot of different things to do.
Bingo.
Yeah, bingo. There's balloons. There's
basketball,
disco, dancing, and just fun.
That sounds so.
And eating, that's the other piece.
Well, of course. I mean, there's got to be good food now. The picnic? Okay, I get that. Believe me, I do.
And I have to say, I'm sorry, following the Foster Care Appreciation Picnic, and November is National Adoption Month.
It is.
And we have a celebration in November in honor of all of our adoptive families. And we also have mass adoptions that day at the courthouse. So.
Okay, does that bring you to tears? When you have a chance to see that taking place?
It's very,
it must be very
emotional. I mean,
I'm sure.
Adoption is the happy side of child welfare.
Yes,
it is.
No, I get
really
that. I do
is.
understand that. I can appreciate that. Now, is there a website where our viewers can go to get more information about the adoption process?
Yes, if they go to montgomerycountymd.gov and type in the word foster parent.
Okay.
And the search will bring up our bar, and they'll go to our homepage.
Very, very nice. Are there any words of wisdom that you want to leave for our viewers? Because, you know, I know that we probably get questions, and I want to be able to at least leave some pearls of wisdom about the process of adoption, or some good thoughts, in other words.
Sure. Adoption is a process, and every child in the foster care system deserves permanence, and what better way to do that than through adoption. We offer support to all of our adoptive parents, pre-adoption and post-adoption.
Oh, okay.
Our children are eligible for what we call an adoption subsidy. The amount may vary, but they are eligible to receive an adoption subsidy as well as medical assistance. We have contracts post-adoption where families and children can go for additional support in supportive groups, individual therapy, family therapy. And just think about opening your hearts and your home to our children. You notice I said our children because I think of them as my babies.
I can tell.
And,
as you should.
Yeah.
As you should. Anything else, Angela, that you want to add?
Well, I would just like to say there is no reason for people not to extend themselves and become our forever children's families.
Okay, forever children's families.
Yeah, because these children need your help. Their circumstances were not made by them.
That's right.
That was something that was kind of, they were born into.
Yes.
And we just would like to see all the children have a permanent home.
As would I. As would I. Well, ladies, this has been wonderful. I really have enjoyed you coming on today's show and talking to us about this very, very important and timeless topic. And I hope to be able to see you again and have you back.
Well, thank you.
And I want to hear all about that picnic now.
Too bad you're not around. I'd bring you some food, but it'll be too long since
I can understand. Unfortunately, that's about all we have time for today. I want to thank our guests, Angela English and Catherine Robinson from the Montgomery County Department of Health and Human Services. I'm Deborah Milo. Please join us again next month for another edition of Mosaic, an African American perspective. Till next time, make it a beautiful day for yourself and someone else.
If I got to go to college, oh my goodness. I like discovering new things. You get to see what works for you and what doesn't. That helps you evolve as a person. You get to make like a supernova of skill or talent or whatever it is. I've always wanted to go to college. I just feel like that's my destiny. My name is Queen, and I am your dividend.
All right, I know this isn't any fun to talk about, but we should. Okay, so who's gonna do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice.
And I'll try to get the generator going without any gas.
Oh, let's not forget the cell phones, which probably won't work.
Right.
And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
Well, I think we couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Yeah. Salad on Saturday, fruit on Friday, throw-a-ball Thursday. Water Wednesday, touch your toes Tuesday. Let's move Monday, swap us next Sunday.
60 minutes of physical activity a day and eating well can help get your child healthy. So keep them active and eating well every day. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov. That's letsmove.gov.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.